Sandwich warm up. Whatever. I love yes, I got some Patriots lady. I want to pray for the Patriots. Section leader is quietly pick your section. We'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight as we honor our amazing 2021-2022 senior class. I'd like to take this brief moment and let you all know that we have concession stands and all proceeds from sales
Yeah. What you got?
I like it. You like it?
Say something again?
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah.
Hey, and I don't care what you say, Cobb's would have helped you last game.
Ain't no doubt.
Being a dog
Getting water.
Directs your attention to the west end of the football field, where the stars and stripes of this great nation proudly wave. Join along as the Patriot Pride marching band plays our national anthem.
Good evening, everyone. And already to start tonight off, we've got fireworks here in the west end zone.
So, seen them at baseball games before, but not a football game.
Well, here we are. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. This production is brought to you by the one and only Ben Bomber Productions. I'm Jerry Braddock, along with my partner Lance Luttrell. And tonight's matchup, we've got the Pewitt Brahmas traveling to take on the Pattonville Prairiland Patriots.
Yeah, this may be the grand finale here.
Is that for senior night right there?
I guess so. Well, JB's. Bulls looking to rebound. I can't hardly hear you now at all.
Captains tonight for the Bulls, number 10, Noah Mayo, number 6, Jack Morris, 55, Jody McGee, and 11, Amari Johnson.
Everything sounds good to me.
Well, we've got another week of Pewitt football right here, Lance. And we're looking to rebound off a disappointing loss we had last week, of course. Been a long week here in Brahmas.
Sure has. Anxious to get back on the field.
That's right. And tonight's one of those games where just everything gets back to being right.
Should be. Should get healthy. Should be a good well game for us right here. Because Pewitt's got a few of the JV kids brought up. We're trying to pointing at each other, trying to figure out who is who.
Yeah, that's right. We got a little deep roster tonight as far as some of those JV kids being pulled up. So this is the second to last game here for Pewitt to finish district here.
Yes, sir.
Prairiland coming off a win versus Redwater last week.
Yeah. Pewitt wanted to toss them deferred to the second half. Let this defense get back on the field and try to get something going.
Right.
Good to see 12 back on the field this week. JB, Tyrone.
That's right. Tyrone Cobbins is going to be dressed out this week. He's going to help provide some of that stability and depth there in defense. Beautiful night for football tonight, Lance.
Yes, sir, man. I like it over here at Prairiland. Tell you, right up on the field, there ain't no track.
Yep.
Seen some pretty good football games over here in days. In time, too.
It's been a little more than a decade since I've been over here, but it's like you say, it's an interesting field with no track right here,
Right.
just being so close, almost like an arena feel.
Right. And it is good when it's exciting in here.
End of October, Halloween weekend.
Cool. The cool weather's in the air.
Let's see if we've got trick or treat tonight for the Paul Pewitt Brahmas.
I got quite a few changes here chasing keeps tonight, too, JB. A few different ones out there we hadn't normally seen. Maybe start getting a little better field position for our defense, what we're trying to accomplish here, maybe.
Yes, sir. The field position's been a little bit of an area of struggling.
It has been.
Hayden Green, your quarterback, set to kick. And it's going to be a high pooch kick. It's going to be fair caught right at the 28-yard line. You get a good high pooch kick like that, that can minimize the return.
Yes, sir.
And tonight, from the Prairiland offense, things we've seen on film, they run a flex bone attack. They'll give you a good bit of option. Quarterback, he's good enough to pitch it, read it. They'll put the ball on the ground at times. Quarterback's not a super athletic kind of kid that's going to burn you.
Don't go to there much.
No, just a few times. You know, they've been behind in ball games, though, you know, looking to finish in the second to last place in district, so they've had to throw it at times. 7 comes in motion. Quarterback keeps it. He's going to fake off his fullback and fall forward for a gain of 5 yards or so.
51, Isaac Hodges in on stop for the Bulls.
Brooks Morrison on the carry, senior quarterback.
But they
Senior
gonna go
night tonight for Prairiland.
Yeah, they're going to go tempo on us.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 3, maybe a long 4. Morrison lines up under center, hands it off to his fullback up the middle, spin his way forward for a first down.
10 Noah Mayo, along with Jack Morrison on the stop.
Gavin Watts there on the carry at the fullback spot.
First down for the Patriots.
And that right there, you defer at the opening kickoff, start off on defense, and you've already given up a first down here early. Let's see if this defense can stiffen up tonight. Sends a man in motion, follows off his fullback, almost like a midline quarterback keep.
4, Joy Green. 8, DeAndre Hill in on the tackle. Give a shout out to Eric Morris, JB. He had surgery today on his leg, broke it last week against D-field. Hope everything goes all right with him.
Yeah, that's right. Young man, there's a senior right there. You hate to miss any kind of significant part of your last year.
Right.
Plenty of memories being made out here on these Friday nights.
Yes, sir.
Morrison sends a man in motion. Going to hand it off to the fullback. He's got a crease. Looks to shake a tackle. Will be eventually corralled right about the first down marker.
Jack Morrison on the stop from the safety spot.
Looks like they've got him marked just. No, they're going to give him the first down. So ball spotted in Pewitt territory now. We've got a couple of different starters on defense tonight. Watts takes the handoff, and he's going to fall forward for just about a yard.
55, Jody McGee in on the stop. Good to see McGee back in there, JB.
Yeah, he's been man in the middle there at times during the season. Looks like he's going to get the start tonight at the nose guard position. Lining up to this flex bone look tonight. Looks like we're lining up in more of a 3-4 look. Hill and Green are the inside linebackers.
Oh, ball.
Going to pitch it, and the ball's on the ground and eventually fell on by number 5, Coulter.
Isaac Hodges. Was it a bad pitch, JB? I wasn't even watching. I was looking at. So I was watching.
Yeah, it looks like it was behind the back just a bit. After that fumble right there, it's going to bring up third and very long.
About 20. Need to get off the field here for sure.
Looks like we're going to be able to. Let's see if we bring heat, and let's see what kind of coverage we can play on the back end. You know what you say. Try Amari if you want. They're going to pitch it wide out left. Back looks for some room. He's going to eventually be stopped short.
Pretty well played over for Joey Green from his linebacker spot and number 10, Noah Mayo.
Good pursuit that time by the defense overall.
Right.
So it's going to bring up fourth and long. Amari Johnson's back deep to return for the Bulls. The all-dangerous return man we've known and come to see here throughout the season. Takes it. He's going to eventually get off a rugby-style punt. And it's going to be a line drive and take a favorable bounce inside the 15, inside the 10.
Nice roll.
Really nice roll. You know, that may be a special teams adjustment that we're going to see is you're going to have to put a little more pressure on him right there.
Right. Well, JB, we didn't get no 3 and out, but we did get off the field there.
Yeah, like I say, from what I've seen on film a little bit, they'll put the ball on the ground, and it looks like you were fortunate that time there. They were driving on you there into your own territory.
Right.
New defensive starters. At linebacker, especially with Eric Morris being out, so guys are going to have to step up. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Bulls. Slot T formation. Green is going to hand it off the heel up the middle. Excuse me, James Bird on the carry.
Where did he get 3?
Let's see if the offense can get back on track this week.
Yeah, kind of got slowed down last week, shall you say, just to put it lightly.
Johnson goes in motion. Green's going to keep it over on the right side, picks up a block. He'll be eventually pushed out of bounds well after he gets a first down.
Moving wide hat.
Ball spotted right about the 25-yard line.
Nice block out front by Amari.
New set of downs. Makai Perry brings the play in.
Hostage playing center tonight too, JB.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I was looking where Wilson was lining up. We've got a few changes this week here.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Green takes the snap, looking for the edge on the left side. Gets another block from Tavian and Amari. Lowers his shoulder. He's going to be pushed out of bounds after picking up another 15 yards or so. You know, that's something me and you talked about too, was the quarterback runs, you know, versus a team like Dangerfield that's, you know, a little more superior athletically than we are. Coming into these next 2 weeks right here, the quarterback runs are going to pop more for you.
Wilson's going to line up as your left guard over here, JB.
Yeah, that's right. Hodges at the center. Inside trap play to James Bird. Stutter steps, shakes a defender, and he'll have a first down.
Moving wide hat.
This offense is getting rolling now.
You know what, JB? Didn't Ben Latham get hurt last week?
That could have been the reason
That's what
for the
it is
change
right
right
there.
there. There
That's
you
what
go.
it is. Bulls are getting in and out of the huddle here tonight.
Yeah, getting some momentum rolling here on this drive. Johnson takes the sweep, cuts in and out of defenders. And after making a pair of defenders look silly, picks up a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. You know, tonight's one of those nights, he's going to be probably the best athlete on the field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Green hands it off to Brown, lowers his shoulder. He'll be close to the first down marker.
That's hard run by Tavian.
More tempo from this Bulls offense here.
Yes, sir.
Looks like we've got one thing on our mind on this drive. Let's see if we get Johnson going back the other way. Nope, they're going to run misdirection off the motion. Green's going to be tackled.
Still something different there, ain't it, JB?
We've got a penalty marker down. Yeah, we've seen it at times from this offense right here. Send the tailback in motion, then just run the dive or the quarterback keep the other way. going to be offsides on the defense. Coach Dorsey coaching up his young fullback there.
Yes, sir. Penalty going to result in the Bulls' first down.
First and 10. Just over 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Green under center. He's going to take the snap. Play action pass. Has to escape the pocket. And he's going to eventually throw this one away.
Nice decision by your quarterback.
Yep, especially tonight here early on. You like, that's what everybody calls for, the tendency breaker right there. Throw it on first down right there. Well, there it is right there. And there's a good presence of mind, like you said, to not turn it over.
Right. Prairiland had it pretty well covered up.
Had pressure in his face, too. Could have thrown a bad ball, get behind your receiver. So here we go, 2nd and 10. Johnson in motion. Green's going to keep it. Picks up a block. Cuts up field. Looks like he's going to have a gain of 5 to 6 yards.
Not a bad run there, JB.
Five and a half minutes left to go in the first quarter. Bird gets the handoff up the middle.
That's one of them ones there, JB. You just kind of got to go where it's designed at and take you 1 yard gain or yard gain there.
Yeah, that's right. Even though you feel pressure in front of you, you just got to keep pushing that thing.
Right.
Inside trap play like that, there ain't nothing outside of that trap block for you.
No. If it's not there, it's not going to be there.
So your senior DeAndre Hill's going to check into the offensive huddle. A little bit of an interesting strategy tonight, starting him on defense.
4th and 6.
Play action pass. Green fakes it, rolls out to the left. Got a man open. It's going to be Mekhi Perry with a big catch. And that's going to be enough for a Bulls first down. In
we got one down over there.
territory.
He's hurt, too. He acted like it. Not good.
Weaver.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
Hopefully we'll get that young man attended to. Big-time catch right there by Mekhi Perry.
Sure
I've been
was.
joking with him off the field. Wide receiver number 1.
Right. Nice throw by the quarterback. It had pressure on him on the run.
Yep. Good job by Mekhi right there. Not to wait on it. Go up and get it.
Right.
Right. Defender, he was out of position, wasn't going to make a play on the ball, but
Right.
anytime it kind of hangs in the air like that, go be aggressive.
About 3 rounds. Nice to see that young man come up off his own power, Jerry.
Yeah, like you say, looks like it may be a bit serious, though, the way he clutched at it.
Yeah.
I hope everything's all right with that young
Weaver's a
man.
pretty key part to this Bulls offense over at the tight end position.
Yeah,
with his blocking.
he doesn't get his name called a lot. He doesn't have a lot of catches on the year. But like you say, being able to get the edge over there.
The majority of the plays are run behind him on his side.
Right, so looks like Bradley Mines is going to check in at the tight end position. Johnson goes in motion. Green's going to hand it off to Hill over on the right side. He's going to be tackled after a gain of a few yards.
Going tempo.
Lining up quickly. Green takes a snap, looks for the edge over on the right side. He's got a block.
Nice block by
Touchdown. Paul Pewitt,
Pretty
touchdown,
good.
Hayden Green.
Pretty good play fake from Hayden Green and DeAndre on that. I followed DeAndre all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, it looks like the Prairiland defenders did also.
Right.
Here we go. We're going to line up and go for two quickly. Reckon you give it to your fullback right here?
Come on, official won't let us snap the ball.
Nope, it's going to be a sweep to Amari on the right side. And it looks like he's going to walk in for a
nice
successful
block.
two-point conversion. Now, that'll be something to look forward to right here as you get a new starter at tight end, especially that buck sweep play right there that we run to Amari. Tight end's got to have that down block right there. But, you know, you're getting late in the year like that, and we know how physical and how much football takes a toll on your body. I mean, just about every team's going to be dealing with an injury in one way or another.
I would imagine. It's a little different ball game over here tonight, JB, and Prairiland up close on the field like this, isn't it?
Yep, fans right below us.
You can actually see how the size of the kids.
You can see the size of the kids good. You can see the demeanor and the body language a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if this Pewitt defense can stiffen up a little bit. You were getting hit with the dive there early on.
Sure were. Bulls have a pretty good following here tonight, JB.
Yep, all the way over here in Pattonville.
Always do, though. Brahmas faithful always travels well.
Yes, sir. Hayden Green set to kick again for the Bulls. This one's going to be a little bit lower. And a fair catch attempt. Bobbled it. He's fortunate to land right back on top of it.
Tavian laid a lick on him.
Yeah, it looks like he could have got a lot bigger shot than that, but, you know, you want to be leery of the penalty right there on the fair catch attempt.
Right.
Looked like he pulled up for just a second.
Yeah. Lots of big collisions on them kickoffs.
So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Ball at the 38-yard line. Wilson comes down the line of scrimmage, looking to turn up field, and he'll be tackled after a gain of a couple yards.
Number 4, Joey Green from his linebacker spot making the stop.
Excuse me, Morrison on the carry. Looks like it's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Got to watch the toss to the wide side of the field here. Nope, quarterback's going to option down the line of scrimmage. Pitches it to the pitch man.
Nice play out there by Gibson. Keep it contained and make an open field tackle.
Very well played by that young man right there at his outside linebacker spot.
Yes, sir.
So here we go, 3rd and 7. You know, we haven't seen him play a ton, but I don't know if they'll have a trick play or two. Now may be the time for one of those.
Yes, sir.
A little double pass, halfback pass type action.
Something.
One receiver split out to the bottom of the screen. Morrison, it's going to be a double reverse right there. Hands it off to his back. Coulter stiff arms a defender, and he's got an edge. Down the sideline, the 30, the 20, cuts in between two defenders, and eventually be tackled right at the 15-yard line.
You called it, JB.
Yep, double reverse right there. And, you know, Mekhi Perry, the corner on this side right here, he had backpedaled deep to play the pass. And looks like that took him to a bad angle right there on the pursuit. So now something interesting right here. Prairiland's knocking on the door inside your own red zone.
Yes, sir.
First and 10. Ball spotted right at the 15-yard line. Morrison hands it off to his fullback. Looks like that's going to be Watts.
Number 2, Bird in on a stop from his defensive tackle spot.
2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. And Prairiland threatening to score right here. Second down. Morrison rides down the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be wrapped up by a pair of Pewitt defenders. We got a flag coming in late.
Face mask, I believe. We had that one pretty well played, JB. We had a guy out there for the pitch man.
I hate to see if it's a penalty on us, too. That's really disappointing right there. You held him up good on that down.
Face mask on us. Well thought.
So now, Prairiland's knocking on the door.
Loose, fresh set it out.
That's going to be first and goal. Now, I've seen Prairiland, they've kicked a field goal, but don't you think with the way their season's going right here, this is 4-down territory, they're going to go for it.
You think. Well,
you got to stop them 4 times right here.
Right.
We know that option attack can be tough. Morrison takes the snap, and he's going to run quarterback sneak, lunges way forward.
No sign yet.
They spotted him just short of it right there. Just over a minute left to go in the first quarter. Pewitt leads 8-0 as Prairiland is knocking on the door of their end zone. Looks like they're going to run quarterback sneak again right here.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
They got him.
Touchdown. And a team like this right here, you hate to give them signs of life.
Oh, for sure.
Double reverse on third and, or was it fourth and
third?
Snap is back. Kick is up. It's going to be no good. So Pewitt's going to lead by 2, 8-6 over Prairiland.
Yes, sir.
Well, a little rough start defensively again, looks like here.
Yeah, Patriots moved the ball so far.
It's going to be a very high kick. Fielded and caught by Eddie Thomas. Looks to reverse field.
Oh.
Cuts back, stays in bounds. There's going to be a blocking infraction on this one here. Pewitt's going to set up after the penalty. We may be starting inside our own 20-yard line.
Yes, sir. Oh, they called it. No, blocking the back.
That's where we're going to start, just over the 16-yard line. Under a minute left to go here in the first quarter. Slot T formation for the Bulls. Going to hand it off inside to Bird. Bangs his way forward.
Nice hard run by Bird.
Weaver checked back into the ball game.
I don't know if he's checked back in, but he was up walking around a while ago.
Yeah, he is. Good to see that young man be able to come back in the game.
He's one of them ones you don't need to lose. No, well, not you don't need to lose any of them, but
Yeah, that's right. Teams looking around into shape right here as they make a playoff push. Green keeps it, looking for room on the left side.
nice vision to cut it back up. A few district scores. DeKalb and Chisholm is 6-0 DeKalb with 3 minutes to go in the first, and Dangerfield at 12, Hook 7, 2 minutes to go in the first.
That's one we'll have our eye on tonight.
Dangerfield's going to have their hands full stopping number 30 from Hooks, I would think.
Right. And then we know the Hooks offense, they can score on long pass plays as well. They're missing their top 2 receivers. All right. And after the end of the first quarter, Pewitt leads 8-6 over Prairiland. And as play gets set to resume here at the start of the second quarter, it's going to be 3rd and 3. Ball at the 24-yard line. Important down right here for the Pewitt offense.
Yes,
And hand it off to DeAndre Hill. He lowers his shoulder and rumbles his way forward for a good gain.
Moving wide hat.
We've seen Hill be limited somewhat in his offensive touches so far tonight.
Right.
Need him to break a big one. He gets it one more time, trucks a Prairiland defender in the hole.
That's one way to get through the hole.
That's what you got to do.
Yes, sir. Get them 3.
That's what your fullback's job is, to get those physical, tough yards right there, right up the middle. A team like this, though, you can't let them hang around.
No. Steadily getting confidence the whole time.
Right. Green keeps it over on the right side, gets a block from Tavian, and eventually be pushed out of bounds.
Nice block out front by number 23, Tavian Brown.
So you're starting quarterback Green right there. That's probably the 4th first down run he's had tonight.
Yes, sir.
Probably got 5 carries for over 50 yards. Going to have a nice, healthy 10-yard average, I'm sure, if not more.
It's nice when you can get the corner.
Ball in Prairiland territory. 1st and 10. Johnson goes in motion. This time a little miscommunication in the backfield.
It was a blowed-up play there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Looks like Amari was supposed to get the handoff on that one right there. And after the negative play, it's going to set you up with 2nd and 13.
Behind the sticks, not what we needed. Debbie, we need to go down here and get a score right here.
Yeah.
We don't need to go down here. We need a break from right here and go get a score from right here.
Looking for that explosive play, the first one of the evening. Johnson goes in motion. Green's going to keep it once again. Gets a block out wide from Tavian and another from Amari.
Nice block. Nice run by your quarterback, uses his blocking.
Looks like we're going to go no huddle once again here.
Tavian. Moving wide hat.
Another good run from your starting quarterback right there. Green takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Amari. Looking to green grass on the sideline. He's got an edge. and eventually be tripped up out of bounds.
Another first down for the Bulls. Move them.
I was looking for that young man to be running past the pylon right there.
Yeah.
So ball at the 20-yard line. We're officially in the red zone now. Green under center. He's going to hand it off inside to DeAndre Hill. Lowers his shoulder once again. Punishing defenders.
Good hard run.
It looks like he might be getting warmed up here.
Glad the wind ain't blowing like it was yesterday. I bet there was some sub varsity games yesterday that was pretty brutal to play in with the wind blowing.
Rough.
Yeah. I told somebody I didn't notice it blow that hard about 2 or 3 times. I can remember.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout here. Official timeout?
Yeah, I think the Prairiland's got a player hurt right there in the
All
center
right.
of the field.
That's going to allow both teams to huddle up. So with the clock stopped, just under 10 minutes left to go in the half. Only a 2-point lead so far. We thought maybe at this point during the game right here we may have had a 2-score lead.
We fitting to. I hope. Yeah, JB, these Bulls need to start getting the pieces put into place. Here, got about 2 weeks left.
Yep, that's right. That's right. And our big picture look of it so far, we've played the toughest part of our schedule, preseason and district-wise.
Right.
And like you say, it's kind of a double-edged deal because on one hand, you get a little bit of an easier couple weeks, a little easier on you physically, you know what I mean? Try to get some second stringers in there playing and so forth.
Right.
But at the same time, you're trying to get ready to make a playoff push.
Right.
You want to be playing like you've been playing in the middle part of the season, your best ball. You want to be peaking at the right time.
Right. Young man's still down.
Hopefully he's all right.
I think he's sitting up now. May not be. Wascom's up 14-0 over EF. Diana's up 14-0 over Ore City, and Hugh Springs beating Harleton 14-0 from our neighboring district over there.
They got us lined up. We ready to play yet?
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go. Second down for this Pewitt offense. Looking to get their second score of the game. Green's going to hand it off to Tavian Brown. Surges up the middle. He's got a crease. It's going to be touchdown. Paul Pewitt, touchdown Tavian Brown.
Wow, Tavian looked really fast on that play, didn't he, JB?
Yeah, he sure did.
Don't know that he ever got touched, did he?
He did a good job of hitting that thing hard, not wasting any time.
Nice lead block up front by your fullback, number 8, DeAndre Hill, to clear the way for him.
So that makes the score 14-6 with Pewitt going for the 2-point conversion. To give it to the young man again. Lowers his shoulder.
Didn't make it.
Interesting call to run the same play twice in a row right there.
DeKalb still up 6-0 on Chisholm. Dangerfield's still up 12-7 on Hooks. Both of them starting the second quarter. Pretty big ball game over there for DeKalb.
Yeah, sure is.
Or actually for Chisholm's, who it's a big ball game for, I guess.
I expect DeKalb to handle business.
I would think so. West Russ Grand Saline 7-7. Troop Quitman 0-0. Harmony's beating ARP 6-0.
Interesting one right there, the ARP Harmony one.
Right.
That district over there with them and West Russ, that's going to be the district that we draw first
Right.
in the first round. So.
And the 2, 3, and 4 seeds in that district are kind of crazy right at the moment. Everybody's beating everybody over there. Everybody but West Russ.
So what's it looking like if DeKalb locks up the 3 seed? If they beat Chisholm, they're 3. Then how's that 4 seed is Hooks?
Well, Hooks beat Chisholm by 1. Oh.
Yeah, if his feet were out of bounds, it's going to be out of bounds. That's going to be a penalty. That's actually the right call. There's one of those plays that went viral on the internet once. It was an NFL kickoff, and it had bounced and rolled really close to the sideline like that inside the 5-yard line. And I seen a return man. He had his feet set up out of bounds, so when he recovered it, it was a kick out of bounds. So it looks like they're going to take it at the 35-yard line. Or excuse me, right where it was out of bounds at, right about the 34. The back goes in motion. Quarterback keeps it down the line, fakes the pitch, turns upfield, and he's got green grass in front of him. Looks to get a block from his receiver. Eventually going to be chased down. And a big run right there for Prairiland's offense.
Wow, he showed a little speed on that play, didn't he, JB? Nice crease.
Yeah, he sure did. That was a beautiful option executed play right there. Old school with the fake pitch.
Sure was. Some old Jamel Holiday.
That option, when ran well, it can be really tough to stop.
Sure can.
Morrison keeps it once again going down the line, and this time he's just going to slide down. Looks like he didn't want any part of that contact right there.
Maybe he looks like he's a little gimp.
He may have to come off for a play, and that's going to be a.
They're going to call a timeout.
That's going to be tough for them if they've got to sub him out.
Right.
And yeah, he's got to be feeling it because option quarterback just doesn't go down like that.
No. You could tell even when he first came out from underneath the snap, it looked kind of funny.
It's a little concerning. This Pewitt defense getting gashed tonight here in the first half.
You know, option's hard to defend.
It's probably the first true option team we've seen all year, especially out of the flex bone look like this.
Right.
We know we've had trouble
Stopping
giving up
the run.
points in game and especially stopping the run. Or stopping the pass last week.
Bulls did show a little emotion out there on defense. Defense is a lot about emotion, man. It's about getting to the football and knocking somebody's head off or something.
I was going to say, we are a little flat tonight, and you fear that when you're playing against a lesser opponent or somebody you view lesser. Looks like 11's going to stay in there at quarterback.
Tough kid.
Takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Watts up the middle.
And 25, Ryder Gibson making the stop. It'll be 3rd and long now, right? Yeah.
Looks like big Braylon Nix and Kedrick Hawkins have checked in on the D-line. So 3rd down right here. It's going to be 4-down territory, I presume.
They're going to have to hurry here.
Play clock right at 10 seconds. Game clock just over 8 minutes left to go in the half. Morrison looks to line up under center. Sends Coulter in motion. He's going to pitch it out wide to him. It's going to be strung out.
Nice play.
And well defended.
25, Ryder Gibson.
Big time play right there from Ryder Gibson.
Yeah, that's a textbook way to play that right there, JB.
He's played that play well a few times tonight. A little rocket toss they call right there.
Right.
So it's going to bring up 4th down. They may have to burn a timeout right here to prevent a delay of game.
Been kind of a confusing last 2 or 3 plays right here for Prairiland.
Well, they've got the wristbands they've been checking tonight. And then he's also sent it in from the side. Maybe just trying to get the right call going here, Lance.
Pretty big play here. Both sides of the football, actually.
Yes, sir. This one right here is going to help shape the outcome of the first half at least.
Yes, sir.
Looks like Tyrone Cobbins is going to check into the ball game defensively. Coulter goes in motion. They're going to pitch it to him. He's going to throw it back to his quarterback, Morrison. Mayo's out there in space. Ryder Gibson lunges, and that one's going to be well covered up by this Pewitt defense.
Once again, Ryder Gibson having a nose for the football. 20 Hawkins putting fire in on the guy throwing the ball. Give him a pretty good shot over there.
So this Pewitt offense is going to take over right about the 25-yard line. Just over 8 minutes left to go here in the half. Got to get another score, right?
Yes, sir.
Got to put your foot on the gas right here and, like we say, take any kind of hope you have away from them.
Right.
James Bird's in the backfield at the fullback spot. Green hands it off to Amari Johnson. Looks to get a block out wide. Reverses field. And he's got a little bit of green grass. Let's see how many blocks. Big block from Tavian. There's going to be a penalty marker thrown, 2 or 3. This one's going to be some kind of blocking infraction.
Yeah, it's going to be hitting the blind defenseless defender.
Defenseless defender.
Oh, defenseless.
Defender. Interesting.
Yeah. I guess that's how you say it.
How's he defenseless if he's defending?
Well, he wasn't looking. I don't know how you say it. That's what it's going to be on, though.
Blindside, though. Yep, you're exactly right. However they explain it.
15 yards, either however terminology you want to use.
You know, and it was tremendous athleticism shown right there by Amari Johnson. But you just like that young man to stay a little more patient with it over there.
Yeah, let that open on up.
You know. He's going to break one. You know, you got to tell him, hey, young man, you're going to break one. Just keep hitting it.
Trust the system.
You're going to break one. You ain't got to break the first one you touch, you know. Here we're going to hand it off to Bird up the middle.
That's how you hit the hole, JB. He hit the hole in like a fullback hits the 10.
Pretty solid gain, but unfortunately we're pretty far behind in the sticks. Looks like that's going to bring up, what, second and... It's going to bring up about 2nd and 18, looks like. You reckon we get the throwback or the play action pass here, Lance?
Yes, sir.
Is that what the forecast is telling you?
Yes, sir. What the stars are aligning to be.
2nd down for the Bulls offense. Joey Green checks into the backfield. He's going to hand it off inside to Bird.
Another hard run by Bird. He liked to come out of that pile too, didn't he?
The more carries he gets, the better his vision's going to
Right,
get in there.
for sure.
We've got some subs coming in. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 8. Under 7 minutes left to go in the half. Pewitt leads by 8 over Prairiland.
Amari coming this way, JB.
Sounds like a good idea to me. Play action pass. Green rolls left. Sets up. Escapes the pressure. Cuts it back to the middle of the field. And eventually be upended. Tackled right about the 37-yard line. And he's going to be short of the first down.
I bet we go for this one, JB. What you bet? He got it in goable range. Yeah, looks like Cumro's finna send the play in.
Here we we go 4th and 4. A long 3. Let's see what he's got dialed up right here.
Wow.
Well, it looks like we're going to get our first look at the pro formation. Amari and Mackay are split out wide. Amari comes out here all the way down here past the numbers. He's going to hand it off up the middle to Hill.
Got it.
And he's going to have the first down.
Nice second effort, or nice way to reach out to get the first down for Hill, knowing where the first down marker was.
Sure was. If he didn't reach out for that one right there, he may have been short.
Right.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulls. Noah Mayo brings the play in. Weaver checking back in for Mines at tight end. Johnson and Mayo are split out wide. Brown and Hill in the backfield. Green's going to keep it off the play fake. Turns his shoulders upfield and eventually spun down for a gain of 8.
That was kind of interesting there. Did you see DeAndre on the play fake? He went back, missed against the whole grain, against everything. Now, he did take 1 or 2 Prairiland players with him when he went.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he thought he was supposed to keep that one right there and just wanted to make sure that we didn't have the ball on the ground. Second and 3. Perry and Johnson are split out. This time Johnson's going to line up on the other side. Looks like that may be away from their best corner. That's going to be a telltale sign of things to come. DeAndre Hill up the middle, shakes off one defender and another. And after a good hard run, be spotted right at the 41-yard line in Prairiland territory.
Bouncing around there like a pinball on that one.
What I was getting at right here is, 5 is one of their best-looking athletes, and they're not traveling him with Amari. So look for that fade ball to come. Here we go. DeAndre Hill gets it up the middle, driving Prairiland defenders.
Just running over folks.
And all while I'm saying that, throw the fade to Amari. If you keep handing off to your fullback right there, and he's getting 7 or 8 a pop.
Right. Pull it out, and
just
there
keep
he
going
is.
with that.
Right.
So here we go. Johnson and Perry split. Green's going to hand it off to Hill once again.
Moving wide hat, I believe. No, it's going to be just a little short of the first down.
Looks like Bird's going to come in and give Hill a spell real quick.
Nice 3 or 4 hard runs in a row there by DeAndre, though.
Yeah, he's got to be getting close to 1,000 on the season, doesn't he?
We're working on it. He was over 100 last week, I know. Is it 720 or something like that going into last week?
Yeah, that's what I figured. He was over 800, and then he's getting there. Bird at the fullback spot. Green's going to give it to him. Powers his way forward. It's going to be enough for a Pewitt first down.
Right side of that Bulls offensive line. 55 McGee, 76 Nix.
Urgency, lining up quickly. Give it to Tavian over on the left side. Picks up a block from Bird. Powers down the sideline. Stiff arms the defender on his way out of bounds.
Nice run by Tavian.
Depending on where they spot him, is that going to be 1st and goal? Yep, 1st and goal, spotted right about the 8-yard line. No huddle one more time. Green keeps it, rides his fullback, jumps through the hole and accelerates. It's going to be a touchdown. Paul Pewitt, touchdown Hayden Green.
Nice run by Hayden. 66 up there for the Bulls, handing out pancakes this evening.
Lining up quickly again for the 2-point conversion. Green, he's going to hand it off to Amari. Picks up a big block out here from McGee, and he's going to walk in once again on the 2-point conversion.
And got a flag. Some extras, little extras going in out there.
And after that touchdown run right there by Hayden Green, that's going to put him at 11 carries for 100 yards. Nice first half for the starting quarterback right there.
If I'm not mistaken, JB, I believe that's going to be his first 100-yard game of the year.
And then if you count out of those 11 attempts right there, he's probably got 6 of them that went for first downs.
Oh, yeah.
Great job here by our stat team up here in the box,
helping us out.
keeping us informed and educated.
Yes, sir. Where's they get some of them clear gray helmets out there without no sticker on? Start seeing them start chasing some kicks.
That's right. Get some of them JV kids we moved up from Thursday night. We talk about that in all seriousness, though. That's something that you don't like to see when you don't have enough for a JV.
Right.
You know, because at the size school that we've got right here, you may have one kid that can play up on a varsity level, but the rest of those kids right there, those freshmen, they need the reps. So that penalty right there on the two-point conversion was going to be on them, unsportsmanlike.
We just onside kick it here, JB?
Yeah. That's what
You'd
you ought to
think,
do.
wouldn't you?
That's what you ought to do. You take your chances at it. You get it here before half, punch another one on the board here.
Right.
Now, they've tried to fair catch just about every one that Green's kicked off, so maybe you get a muffed catch here. That's what it's going to be, the onside attempt. Doesn't quite go 10 yards. Ugh.
Oh. Should have waited. It looked like the 55 Prairiland was finna come get it, it looks like. Hey, that way, we got to practice it anyways, you know, may need it. That's about the field position they've been starting at anyways, JB.
Yep, sure is. So 3 minutes left to go here in the half. Pewitt's defense on the field one more time. A couple of different changes at inside linebacker. Green and Mayo are in there. Morrison's going to come down the line of scrimmage looking to pitch it. He doesn't quite get it off. And who's that going to be, Ryder Gibson?
No, Noah Mayo.
Big-time tackle right there from your linebacker, Noah Mayo. This defense is going to have to get going here.
Few district scores, JB, real quick.
I heard you whistling. Give me one of them over
DCAB
there.
beating Chisholm 20-0 with 2:37 in the second quarter, and Dangerfield over Hooks with 6:30 in the second quarter, 36-7.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Hey, you know, we'll go back to that. Just me and you talking. What did we say last week? That was probably the best we've seen Dangerfield play in 2 years.
There's no doubt.
Versus us.
No doubt.
All right. Morrison lobs it up over on the right side. It's going to be completed and caught for a first down. So first pass attempt right there goes for a long gain, setting Prairiland up in Pewitt territory.
Looks like there was some miscommunication between the safety and the corner on that play.
Yeah, Amari, he's getting it lined out over there right now. And he had his back turned. Looked like, you know, he couldn't quite find the ball in time right there.
That's highly.
That's not typical of Amari right there.
Yeah, that's very not typical.
So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Back comes in motion. He's going to hand it off to Watts up the middle. Cuts against the grain. Got a block from his receiver. Eventually, not tackle that young man. He's going to be inside the 5-yard line. Good run right there from that young man, Watts. Gavin Watts.
Cut back against the grain right there and used his blocking.
If you're Prairiland right here, you just got to run a combination of fullback and quarterback sneak.
Right.
Don't get too cute down here. So here we go. Let's see if this Pewitt defense can step up. He's going to hand it off up the middle to Watts. Surges his way forward. Looks like they'll barely keep him out, but if he keeps getting it like that, they're going to punch this one in.
They got, what, one timeout left?
One timeout left. They've had to take 2 already with some of their miscommunication. Plenty of time on the play clock as of now. Looks like Nix is going to sub in, give us a little more beef on the interior D-line up there. Quarterback sneak right here. Nope, going to hand it off to the fullback.
Still didn't get in, JB.
And they keep him out. Good effort that time from the Bulls defense.
So the big fellas up front creating the pile.
Looks like Nix held his own in there right there.
Yeah, 51 out of the Codgers getting up off the bottom of the pile.
Under a minute here on the game clock. Let's see. 3rd down.
Should his Bulls get their back up one more time right here.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. One of them's going to be quarterback sneak. Crowd in the center.
Oh, they moved.
Yeah, false start right there.
Yeah.
There we go. And that one right there, that might be the one that stops the drive.
That's the one that helped us out right there.
Those penalties right there, those kill you.
Isn't that a 10-second runoff, JB?
Those penalties kill you. And especially for them, you know, because right there where you're at, you're just quarterback sneak or fullback. You know what I mean?
They had to, no.
They're going to spot at the 5-yard line.
They're going to use their last timeout.
And that's going to be their final timeout. So with no timeouts remaining, you got to have 2 called, right? Potentially.
Right.
And how creative do you get down here?
Well, you feel like you got to score.
You got to score if you're Prairiland.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, down here at the 5, it's not really time for the double reverse.
No.
Any kind of throwback, you know.
They've had good success with the quarterback on the option.
Yep. Yep.
You know, instead of
that's what's interesting too is that they, you know, sometimes you see a team like Wascom, a really true option team, and that's all you're going to get all night is triple.
Yeah.
You know, that's you know, for the most part.
Right.
They'll sprinkle in a little toss or a little play action, but and for them right here, they don't always run the true option. Sometimes it's a called dive.
Yeah.
You know.
Seems like you try to get outside, get out of all the big jumbo in the middle.
Yep, they've been pounding us right up the middle also too.
Well, that's true, but yeah, you'd think that, yeah.
Be interesting to see how much beef we've got on the interior, right? Let's see what we've got out here. We got Nix down there, Kelly down there, Bird down there, linebackers crowding the A gaps. Coulter comes in motion. Quarterback's going to come down the line, turns upfield, and eventually be wrestled his way in for a Prairiland touchdown.
Nice hard run by the quarterback.
Sure was. Like you said, just come down the line with your quarterback.
He got it one-on-one right there, and he muscled his way in.
So after another score from the Prairiland Patriots, we're gonna end this first half with a little bit of a close contest.
Yeah, within a score. Now if the Bulls can get something on the board with 37 seconds they have left.
Tyler Mall set to kick the extra point. This one's going to be up and good. So it's going to make your score 22-13. Pewitt over Prairiland here. Just over 30 seconds left to go in the half. So not quite a one-score game. Looks like we're going to lead by 9. 2 timeouts for Pewitt. How aggressive are we going to be on this offensive series right here? Is this the offensive series you're going to see the throwback?
May do it.
Need a Hill or Johnson to pop one right here. I think most of their kicks that I've seen have been pooch kicks. Might have to be one of these returns where you move Amari around up there a little bit.
Well, it looks like our kicker. He's a pretty good kicker, it looks like. I know he missed the first extra point, but that one would have been good from about 60. I bet he can probably kick it where he wants to.
Well, we've got DeAndre Hill up here on the second line, so Cobbins up here in front of him. And Johnson back deep right about the 15-yard line. Need a big return right here. This is going to be a low line drive fielded by Weaver. Looks to lateral it back at first.
Lowered his shoulder.
And it looks like that was the right decision by the young man right there.
He was wanting to turn around and get it back though, wasn't he?
Well, you know, on one hand, that's what you want to do, but Amari was a little bit far away from him. You would have had to pitch it back to him right at the 25. Better just take it and turn it up right at midfield.
What do you do here, JB? Got 32 seconds, 2 timeouts.
You know, you got the field set up. You can run Amari wide.
Split him right here.
Here you go. We're going to split him right here. It's interesting. He's got a tight split. So let's see if we get something out of it. We're going to get that jet motion. There he goes. Green rolls out left. Throws it back to DeAndre Hill. Got blockers out in front. And there's the throwback right there, Lance. Hill picking his way. Cuts it back to the middle of the field. Going to spin and eventually be wrestled down right about the 31-yard line.
There's another different version of it there, wasn't it, JB?
Sure was.
Off of the wheel route.
There's a different wrinkle right there, like you say.
Oh, yeah.
We got 32 flavors of throwback, don't we?
Yes, sir. Our throwback's got a throwback.
Now, the only thing about that one was it was such a long developing play.
Right.
That one almost took, what, 15 seconds off the clock
It
there?
was 32 seconds when we started.
A little over 30 yards with one timeout. You figure this has got to be your pass attempt right here, right?
Right. Going to line Amari up wide here and go deep to him.
I think so, especially here with the first down. One receiver split wide. Perry out to the top of the screen. Johnson, Hill, and Brown in the backfield. Johnson comes in motion. Green. And we're gonna get Johnson for false start.
Yeah, well,
Illegal motion running forward.
Went forward with the snap.
And you know, with the way you run him right there, he's not looking at the ball.
Right.
He's going off a sound, and meanwhile he's trying to get a jump on the defense. So with the false start, did we lose a second on the clock?
Sure did.
Here we go. They're going to start with the same formation. 1st and 15. Send him in motion again. Green sets up shop. Throws a high arcing ball. Looking for Amari in the back of the end zone. It's going to fall incomplete.
Nice throw. Sort of. He had a shot at it. Let's put it that way.
Hung in the air a little long.
Yeah. I thought he was going to come down with it, though.
I thought he was, too.
He's made them look pretty routine all year.
I mean, he was the highest in the air down there on the jump ball right there.
Right.
Just wasn't able to come up with it. With the way we've been going on extra points, we don't got much of it. We haven't seen a field goal attempt during the season, so pretty much going to be home run shots from here out. We've got a penalty from the back judge.
They never reset it.
Was that the play clock?
Yeah, the back judge back here threw it. They never restarted the play clock, never reset it.
So here we go. Perry and Johnson split out. Sends Johnson in motion. Green, he's going to have the throwback set up again. Hill completes it. Drives forward, ball comes out. And that one's going to be eventually recovered by Prairiland. And at the end of the half right here, Pewitt's going to come up empty. Man, DeAndre Hill really lowered his shoulder right there, but the ball just escaped him, fumbled it.
It'd have been, well, we did have one timeout left, didn't we?
Yeah, and, you know, if he'd have been just tackled right there where he was at,
Yeah.
he probably had 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's still, that was,
Missed opportunity.
yeah.
Missed opportunity. So with just 1 second left for Prairiland right here, how aggressive they're going to be. Looks like they're going to take a knee.
Yeah. Gonna go in
Go
down
into halftime just down by 9. If you're for Prairiland, you know, that's what you wanted to do, right? If you could have went into halftime only trailing by 9. So here we go.
Yes, sir.
Pewitt leads 22-13 over Prairiland at the end of the first half.
Consolidated Independent School District proudly presents the Pewitt Blazing Blue Brahma Band. The directors for this evening are David Ostrach and James Waddell. The color guard instructor is Jax Newman. The title of tonight's show is Of Cinder and Time. The drum majors are Kimberly Martin and Ismail Casas. The color guard captain is Krista Bigelow. And now, the award-winning Pewitt Blazing Blue Brahma Band. overall band student of the week is Kimberly Martin. The most improved band member of the week is Kaylee Wilson. Guard member of the week is Addison Weaver. Section of the week is the trumpet section. The directors would like to thank the Parrots, the Band Booster Club, the School Board, our administrators, our community, our band managers, and our faculty for their support.
Guys on the run. All right.
Please welcome to the field the 2021 Prairiland varsity cheerleaders. This year's squad members include Senior Captain Savannah Caldwell, Junior Kira Dories, Junior Ashlyn Grayson, Junior Taryn McGee, Junior Javery Sims, Junior Emmy McFadden, Junior Caden Ebbs, Sophomore Hannah Harris, and Freshman Emmy Ham.
want more now. What? You think Brenda want more now? Broken. Don't do it.
School Patriot Pride Marching Band. Band members of the week this week are our seniors, Madison Edmondson, Joseph Hinkle, Harrison Penny, Madison Sullivan, and Emily Warden. One of our captains, Toby Van Diegel. One of our coordinators, Cooper Montery. Percussion tech is Rick Gonzalez. The Patriot Pride Band is under the direction of John Loco, assisted by James South. We'd like to thank the Prairiland administration, faculty, staff, and the Patriot Pride Band parents for all their continued support of our program. We'd also like to thank our seniors for everything they have dedicated to this program as a private high school band. Have a great night, be safe, and go Patriots!
Really wish I was at water cancer though. Only say hi to Twitter. I can't say it loud. Forget it. Oh yeah, Todd, go get it. Banana. Okay, Thompson. Yes, champ.
I didn't even realize it. It's what's so funny.
You gotta explain that to her.
Hopefully she don't know.
Looks like if he could have got another block or two there from his return team.
I think maybe if he'd just kept coming this way, the wall was looked like the wall might have been set up. Needless to say, regardless, pretty good field position.
We just hold our breath every time that young man gets a return.
Yes, sir. Because it could be a house call at any time.
Anytime.
We need to be smooth out here on offense in the second half.
I'd like to see some explosion. Johnson goes in motion, ball on the ground, picked up by your quarterback, Hayden Green. He's going to make a really good positive play out of that.
Made something out of nothing there, didn't he?
So much for smooth.
Right. There you go.
Jinxed him there, Lance.
Thank you. You got it out of the way now, maybe.
You can pick the lottery numbers on the way home.
Yeah. I'll come up one short, I imagine.
So here we go, 2nd and 2. Slot T formation. Johnson goes in motion. He's going to hand it off to his fullback Hill.
Oh, look yonder, boy. 55, McGee. Clearing the way.
He's going to have well enough for a first down. See if we can get the energy picked up out here tonight.
Right. Got cool out here this evening, ain't they?
A little bit.
Getting about right for them Bulls.
Playoffs will be here before you know it.
Yes, sir.
Hard to believe we wait all that all year long, and football season
Man.
just came and gone just like that.
It takes forever to get here and gone before you know it.
So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Bulls. Green's going to hand it off to the belly of his fullback. Hill again. Stiff arms the defender. It's going to be Bird this time on the carry. Prairiland going for the ball aggressively here in the second half.
Good hard run by James.
That may have been a message they were preaching after that fumble by Hill on the last series.
Right.
Under 11 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Bulls offense looking to pick up some momentum. Tavian on the carry on the left side. Lowers his shoulder.
Ball come out. Prairiland football.
No ruling yet. They're going to point it Prairiland's way. And that right there, that's the turnover that you didn't need.
No, sir. Letting this Prairiland team hang around, JB.
Giving them confidence.
Giving them confidence. Look at them. You see them bumping heads in the huddle.
They've had success on offense.
Sure have.
This could be a moment for them right here to get the game closer in hand. This Pewitt front seven right here is going to have to step it up in a bad way. Morrison hands it off to Watts, his fullback, up the middle. And he'll be hugged tight. Just a gain of a yard or so.
5, Casey Kelly, and 55, McGee.
McGee throwing his weight around up there, isn't he?
Somebody needs to, JB.
I think your linebacker should step up here in the second half. Here we go, twins to the right side. Morrison under center, flicks it out quickly, completed, he's got a seam. Makes a cut, he's gonna have more than enough for a first down.
We'll add 15 to it too for a little extras for the Bulls.
It's gonna be Coulter, the sophomore for him. He looks like their most explosive weapon, trying to get him out in space there.
It's gonna put them down inside the red zone, JB.
And my, how quickly it turns in just a few plays.
That's it.
Fumble turnover, pass completion, and then a unsportsmanlike,
15-yard
unnecessary roughness.
I don't know if it's on, yeah, I guess.
Letting this Prairiland bunch hang around in the ball game here.
Hey, man, I've seen it too many times.
Morrison sends a man in motion. He's going to hand it off to his fullback, Watts, once again. Big McGee on the first down stop once again.
Holding his own there in the middle, isn't he, JB?
He's coming out motivated here in this second half. Tyrone Cobbins checks in at safety. It's been a while since we've seen Tyrone come in and lay a lick.
Nice to see
come in
Tyrone
and put
back
the hat.
on. I need somebody to put a hat on somebody.
Need to see some physicality from this defense. They motion Coulter out to the slot, maybe throw it quickly to him again. They're going to bring him back. Hand it off up the middle. Or pitches it outside late. Makes a move, lowers the shoulder. He's going to be marked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
Cobbins making the tackle from a safety spot, but well down the field.
They dressed it up nice with the motion that
Sure
time
did.
right there.
Had me fooled on that one.
They motioned him out to the slot and then brought him back and then eventually pitched it to him on the same side of the field.
JB, that's how you get the ball in your athlete's hand right there.
Yep, get it to him in space. That young man's only a sophomore, too. Few good sophomores in this district as we look forward.
No doubt.
Morrison tight under center. He's going to lunge forward.
Touchdown.
And that's going to be a touchdown, Prairiland. And we've got a ball game here tonight.
Wow.
Wow.
You know, Prairiland getting that momentum, baby. Senior night over here. Somebody needs to. We need a big chunk play or something, JB.
Snap is back. Kick is up. It's going to be good. So it's going to bring Prairiland within 2. Pewitt leads 22-20. Defensively, got to find some answers.
Got to. We better find the answer right here offensively and get some points on the board right here to match them.
Yeah, they're going to come out fired up now on defense, especially.
Man, for sure. We've fumbled it to them the last 2 times we've had it. We've given it to them.
That's how critical possessions are in high school football.
For sure.
Potentially 16-point swing. You score there before the half, and then you score coming out in the
Yes, sir.
first possession in the second half.
Yeah, 16 instead now 0-8. You know.
Going to have to show some fight.
Hey, man, you know, I know it was Prairiland. It was hard to get up and play, but you can end up getting beat if you don't. Because the gentleman over here in the red shirts with the white hats, they're ready to play now.
Yeah, what bigger statement game would it be for them to knock off the 2 seed?
Right.
One of the powers in the district.
Would have been a 2 seed.
Here we go. This kick's going to be fielded by Amari once again, looking to get the wall. He's got white shirts out in front, dodges his own teammate, cuts back once again.
We needed that spark, JB.
So after a good return that time by Johnson, we're going to take over in Prairiland territory. Need to pop one right here, Lance.
Yes, sir.
Give to your fullback Bird. Stumbles his way forward. Looks like he might have hit that one just one hole too wide.
Yep. Pretty good pursuit by the Prairiland defense.
That's what to be expected after the way they've come out and scored on that last possession right there.
Ought to have a little jolt of energy in them, shouldn't they?
That's what happens when you let a team hang around that's got no business playing with you.
Right.
To be frank.
Right.
Johnson in motion again. This time Green's going to keep it. Picks up a 1 block from Tavian and another from Amari. Sidesteps out of a tackle. And that's going to set up 3rd and manageable.
Hey, that's a nice block by Adam Weaver there just for him to even be able to get positive yards.
Weaver showing some toughness tonight coming back from that injury early on.
Sure has.
Fighting through it.
When he first got hurt, I thought it was.
Here we go, 3rd and 3. Handed off inside to Hill. Lowers his shoulder. He's going to have enough for a first down.
Moving white hat. A much needed first down, JP, by this Bulls offense.
Noah Mayo brings in the play. You know, Prairiland's defense has done a good job controlling our explosive plays.
Sure have. Green's probably got the longest run other than that.
We haven't had one of those 40, 50-plus type runs so far. Hill and Brown in the backfield. We're going to hand it off to Hill. Stops his feet. Cuts back to the middle of the defense. Almost tonight like our backs are looking for that explosive run a little too much.
Right.
You know, just need to keep hammering it home.
You just hit the hole and go.
It's going to come. Those long runs will break. Just keep pounding it. You see they're trying to sub in defensive lineman right there, a little miscommunication. 2 receiver split. Hand it off to Hill up the middle. Spins his way in the hole. Eventually be wrestled down. Goes to the 22-yard line.
Gonna move them, white hat. Like you said, JB, they've controlled our explosive plays. 4, 5, 6 yards have been, you know.
That's the recipe right there. Just keep hammering it home.
Yes, sir.
You know, the thing is, like you say, is after that last drive, they've got a little jolt of energy and a little confidence right here, keeping the ball game close. They're fighting for it right now. Green keeps it. Looks to turn his shoulders upfield. Lowers his shoulder. The ball come out. Ball come out again. Another fumble.
Prairiland's football.
I seen that one right there when it happened. Young man just put his hat right on the football.
Recipe for disaster, JB.
Recipe for disaster. If we could have wrote a script at halftime, the recipe for disaster, that was it right there. 2 drives, 2 fumbles. Prairiland lining up quickly. Maybe a trick play right here. Sometimes after you get that turnover, you get that big-time momentum play.
5, Kelly on the stop for the Bulls.
That fullback, Watts, he's been running hard tonight. He's gashed us a few times.
Yeah.
Pewitt faithful right here trying to make some noise here on the visitor side.
Trying to get the Bulls defense up a little bit.
Some energy. Coulter goes in motion.
Fullback just punishing folks as he goes through the hole.
Getting a little taste of your own medicine right there,
yes,
Lance.
Sir.
Just over 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. We're going to send a man in motion, hand it off to Watts up the middle again, lowers his shoulder, right to the defender, ball comes out. Looks like that's going to be Tyrone Cobbins on the scoop, down the sideline, looks to cut back. Is he still in bounds?
No, he went
call
down.
him out of bounds.
Wow, we needed that.
Wow. Especially on the physical run like that, too.
It was first down. He's going to have first down yardage.
You know, there's room for excitement now, but right there, he just gashed you for another 10 or 12 yards right there.
Right. Cobb's making his impact.
Looks like that one was almost a scoop and score right there.
Yeah.
So here we go. You're fortunate to get the ball back now. See if you can capitalize with it. Johnson comes in motion. Green keeps it. Tries to cut back, and he'll stumble and lose a few yards on the play.
This Prairiland defense is all over us.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 14. Pewitt has yet to score here in the second half. It's the third quarter's quickly getting away from him. Hill gets it over on the left side of the offensive line. Looks to spin his way out of traffic. We're going to line up quickly again. I'd like to see a little urgency right here from the offense.
Need it.
Hand it off to Hill again.
Gonna be a 4th down. 4th and 1.
Got to have it right here. Give it to your fullback. Got to have it. Punch it. Punch it, Black.
He got it.
Lowers his shoulder, and on the second surge, second attempt, he's going to have enough for the first down.
New set of downs, JB.
Just over 3 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. 2 receivers split wide. Brown and Hill are in the backfield. Going to hand it off inside to Hill on the trap. He's got room, searching for the end zone. Lowers his shoulder, and it's going to be touchdown Paul Pewitt, touchdown DeAndre Hill.
Needed that.
Had to have it. And need this 2-point conversion right here.
Yes.
More importantly, though, I need a stop, Lance.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I need a stop.
One time.
Green under center. He's going to send Johnson in motion. Handed off to Hill up the middle, and I don't believe he got it.
He didn't. They stopped him.
And now instead of a double-digit lead, you've got just an 8-point lead, so one-score ball game still for Prairiland. Is that funny to you?
Yes, sir. Pretty good one.
Pretty good one.
Yes, sir.
So here we go. Pewitt set to kick off once again to Prairiland. Just over 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter, leading by 8. Found yourself in a district dogfight here tonight in Prairiland.
Prairiland, Texas. The Patriots.
High pooch kick.
Oh, that's the
Going
big.
to take a bounce right about the 25. Cuts back to the middle of the coverage. And it'll be
Ball.
taken down.
Ball.
Ball may have come out again. Cobbins with his second fumble recovery of the
No,
evening.
he gonna call him down. That side judge over there's calling him down.
Pewitt Faithful's letting him have it tonight.
'23 Taven Brown was a strip.
First and 10. Coulter goes in motion. Morrison's going to hand it off to Watts, his fullback.
20 Hawkins in on the stop. She been all evening.
Making his presence felt on that play.
There's one a few times I've seen him out there this evening, JB.
So here we go, 2nd and 6. Too much success on first down they've had tonight.
Yeah.
He's going to toss it to Coulter. Looks to get the edge. Strung out. And eventually tackled.
20 Hawkins once again in on the stop.
James Bird checks into the defensive ball game. Where's that spot going to be?
Gonna be a first down.
So 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Looking to work their way across midfield. It's going to be a sweep over here on the near side. Reaches forward. That's Barry on the carry.
25 Ryder Gibson along with, I believe that's gonna be 10 Mayo on the stop.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Receiver split to the bottom of the screen. Barry comes in motion. He's going to hand it off up the middle to Watts. And he's going to have another good gain of close to 6 or 7 yards.
51 Isaac Hodges in on the stop for the Bulls.
Bringing up 3rd down. He's going to have to stop him twice here.
Yeah, they cross midfield now.
Perry checks into the ball game at corner. Quarterback sneak. That's going to be enough for a first down. Under a minute left to go here in the third quarter.
10 Mayo's on the stop. We're gonna stop measuring now, ain't they, JB?
That's going to stop the clock for measurement. Under a minute left to go here in the third quarter. First down.
Had it by about a half a football, didn't he?
I didn't think that one was as close as the last one down here. First and 10 for the Patriots. Found yourself in a dogfight here tonight in Prairiland.
You know, JB, they don't give us the ball here earlier in the third quarter. But we give it to them twice.
Morrison tells his fullback to play. He's going to send Barry in motion.
You got to play.
So we're going to be false start.
No, they're going to call offsides. I guess they should have let the play go on, though.
Well, we're going to call offsides on the defense.
Give them a 1st and 5, make it that much easier.
Well, he was going to the pass attempt right there, too. You think you go back to it when you got the free 5 yards right here. Morrison under center. Sends Coulter in motion. He's going to hand it off to his fullback, Watts. Penalty marker comes in.
Going to get a chop block finally, I believe. Or a hold 1. It's in that area, JB.
Get some of that yardage back that you gave up on the offsides.
We got a hold. You know, JB, the same thing for them. That's a drive killer for them, too. They were ahead of the chains pretty well.
Negative plays set you back. After the penalty, let's see here. Clock's going to roll. We may not get another play here before the end of the third quarter. Or we may. Here we go. Morrison under center. Sends a man in motion. This time he's going to pitch it out to Coulter. Looking to turn the corner and does. Cuts back to the middle of the Pewitt defense.
Man's got some wheels. Gonna get the fire, gonna pick it up too.
It's going to be another first down. It's going to be the end of the third quarter. And as we resume with the fourth quarter, Pewitt leads by 8 over Prairiland, with Prairiland Patriots driving into their territory.
Because it's prayer.
One score ball game. Prairiland driving. Morrison sends a man in motion. Play action off his fullback. Throws it over the middle of the field. That one's going to be caught and completed for a touchdown.
Nice throw and catch from the Patriots.
Yep, well-placed ball.
So they go for 2 here, Jerry?
Got to. You didn't expect to be in this ball game here coming into this point right now. Morrison comes down the line, turns upfield.
Never got touched.
And he's going to go in untouched.
Look at
that
their
right there.
Look at their coaches.
Tie the score, 28-all here early in the fourth quarter.
Their head coach is
and
fired
they are
up.
fired up.
Probably the first time they've been in the game in the fourth quarter.
In district. Been a month and a half since the preseason for them.
Look at there, young Amari saying, come on, everybody, we okay.
Trying to show some leadership.
Got to get in that ball in that young man's hands. Not good. JB, I still can't get over this view. I like being this close to the field like this, man. You know it? It's good stuff, boy. I wish all stadiums was like this.
I'd been a little more excited had it been a blowout game.
Hey, we got a good ball game going though, but that, yeah.
Got our money's worth tonight, huh?
I guess so.
Tie ball game early here in the fourth quarter. Maul set to kick this one. It's going to be fielded by Eddie. And he's going to look to take this one all the way back across the field once again.
Did you ever get over there?
Picks up a block or two. Cuts back to the middle of the field. Looks to get another block and does. Amari's out leading the way for him. Can he get one more block? Amari's going to do it. And he's going to run out of gas just short of the end zone. Great return by Eddie Thomas right there.
What we needed. From an unsung character.
That's one of the biggest plays he's made all season. I mean, besides a touchdown save and tackle in Salina.
Yeah.
Big time return right there.
Sure did. I knew once he ever got to that far side of the field over to the wall that the wall was set up.
That's right. And if he was able to cut back without losing too much speed.
Right.
Picked up a few good blocks along the way.
Amari just couldn't block both of them, could he?
That's right. And Eddie, after you zigzag like that, he ran, 140 yards there. So here we go. Green hands it off to Hill up the middle. Surges his way forward. Stopped just short of the goal line. Line it up quickly. Punch it in. Got to go back to your fullback right here.
Yes, sir.
We're going to give it to him. Stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. Good penetration from the Prairiland defense right there.
JB, I guess they thought the same thing I did, didn't they?
Yes, sir.
That pitch play would work right here.
Yeah, this is going to be third down right here. You've got the field on the far side to work with.
Got to score here, JB.
Green under center. He's going to keep it. Turns his shoulders upfield. Stumbles and bumbles his way short of the goal line. Bring up fourth down. Well, what do you got right here, Lance?
I got to give it to number 8.
Looks like we might get quarterback sneak. Nope. Going to hand it off to him. Lowers his shoulder. Touchdown, DeAndre Hill. Touchdown, Paul Pewitt.
Needed that from your senior fullback, JB. Good work up front by the big fellas.
That's what you had to have after getting tied up right there. Had to have a big return.
Yes, sir.
And then finish it off with points. Big 2-point conversion right here. Going to hand it off to Amari. Waltz in one more time. So an 8-point lead once again for Pewitt, 36-28, with under 10 minutes left to go in the ball game.
JB, it's ultimately going to come down to this Bulls defense having to get a stop here.
That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be.
Or we may be playing all night overtime and just keep going, I reckon.
Be like one of those wild college ball games where you get 7, 8, 9 overtime.
Yeah, I watched one a couple weekends ago. You know, I didn't know it, and I guess it just started this year. After you get past the second overtime in college, you start going for 2 every play. Not after a score, you just go for 2 every possession.
Just alternating.
Yeah, the one I watched went 9 overtimes. JB, you almost went on onside kick there and try to get it back.
Well, unfortunately, too, the only real stops you've got tonight are turnovers. That's the harsh reality of it.
Yes, sir.
Green set to kick it off. This is going to take a hop. And this may be favorable for Pewitt as he fields it inside his own 10-yard line, hesitates, turns on the speed.
It's a block in the back, man.
Eventually be wrestled out of bounds.
He's looking right at it.
So with the good fortunate bounce right there on the kickoff, it's going to set you up in good field position for your defense.
Right.
Make them drive at the length of the field. Now, how patient is Prairiland going to stay offensively here? They're going to be content running the dive and running the triple option at you?
I don't know why they do anything else. Wascom beating Elysian Fields 35-6. Diana's beating Ore City 31-13. Hugh Springs over Halton 34-14.
New Diana going to break their losing streak. This one's going to be hitting the backfield. Ball comes out. Still not recovered. Did McGee come down with it? No signal yet. There it is right there. There's your turnover.
Did McGee knock it loose too, didn't he, JB?
Well, it looks like they were trying to run that kind of double reverse look that they ran earlier.
Big McGee blowed it up. Everybody slapped him in the head.
There's the turnover he needed right there.
Yes, sir.
James Bird in at the fullback spot. This time they're going to hand it off to Amari. Has trouble with the snap. Looking for the edge. And eventually be wrestled down.
He was trying to get that corner, wasn't he?
My.
Couldn't not to fumble the handoff, didn't we? He bobbled the exchange for 3 or 4 steps before he ever got control of it.
Yeah, and then held it by the laces right there with one hand.
Yeah. Trying to get to the corner, baby.
The most success he's had tonight's on 2-point conversions.
Hadn't been touched.
Let's see if they give it to him again with the wide side of the field over there. Green's going to keep it off his fullback. Turns upfield. Lowers his shoulders, and that's going to be another touchdown. Paul Pewitt. Touchdown, Hayden Green. Friday Night Football, Lance.
Wow.
Just when you think you know,
you don't.
You don't know.
It's like a roller coaster, ain't it, JB?
Yes, sir. That's something we were talking about when we were kind of looking, forward to playoff matchups. We were comparing scores with some of the other teams in different districts near us. And here we go. Green's going to keep it one more time. He's going to walk in. 2-point conversion, good. So with under 9 minutes left to go in the ball game, Pewitt leads 44-28 over Prairiland. Yep. Sometimes with 15, 17-year-old kids, you just don't know.
No, sir, you sure don't. Big McGee, JB, it's wild that he created the fumble and recovered it, because I was watching him then when we come out on that defensive series. He was the first one on the field sprinting out there to his spot, to the defensive huddle.
man on a mission.
Yes, sir. And I was thinking to myself, that young man's ready to play defense. JB Hooks putting a 50 burger on. I mean, Dangerfield putting a 50 burger on Hooks, 50-14.
I'm afraid that other team at the south end of the county may be getting rolling at the right time.
Found their stride, did they? Art beating Harmony 24-20.
Green kicks it off. It's going to be fielded right about the 20-yard line. He's got a head full of steam. Makes a defender miss and hit from behind.
Mine.
Tackle right about the 40-yard line.
Well, JB, they're going to have to get out of the game now.
You know, I was going to say, with the success they've had tonight, the turnovers have been the only thing that's killed them.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. Why would you? Yeah, you may not get out of the game.
I mean, if you're looking to build their program like I'm sure they are, that's what you've got to say to your kids. Say, hey, guys, we played with the second seed in the district, and just turnovers have been the downfall.
Right. You know, you get 7 yards on first down, you probably stick to what you're doing.
Well, and that goes like we talk about with the style of ball that you play. When you have a small team, you know, less than 25 kids, you know, you play that ball control offense.
Right.
And the more you control the possessions, the better shot you have at winning. Coulter comes in motion. Morrison's going to ride his fullback and follow him up in the hole.
Don't get first down.
It's going to take him across midfield.
Morris coming up from the safety spot making a tackle. He kind of, on that last score, JB, you kind of hear an exhale from all these Brahma fans over here.
Man, I mean, you could feel it in the visitor sideline over here when they went up to score and tied it up.
Yeah, it got pretty tight.
Coulter comes in motion. Morris is going to play fake off his fullback, throw it up in the air. This one's going to hang and fall incomplete. Cobbins and Perry on the coverage.
Not bad coverage there by the Bulls secondary.
No. It was a good job right there. Tyrone playing in the middle of the field, and good job by Mackay to find the football also. So here we go, 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. Flex bone formation. He's going to give it up the middle to his fullback,
McGee.
Watts.
Big McGee, boy. Look at him. He is fired up too, son.
Starting to take over the interior of that defensive line right there.
Oh, that's what we need, too.
He's going to get a little bit of a break right here. Oh, no. Looks like we adding more beef. Somebody's got to come off. There we go. Looks like they're going to sub out Bird. Flex bones look again for the Patriots. Quarterback's going to pitch it. Coulter looking for the edge. Eventually be stopped and wrapped up.
Nice play by number 10, Noah Mayo, for the Bulls. JB, we defended that one well.
Looks like Cobbins may be shooken up.
Come on, Tyrone.
4th down right here. Got to be aware of the pass. Double pass, reverse pass.
4th in the ball game, JB.
Bringing the safeties down. Morrison's going to drop back, throws it over the middle of the field. This is going to be broke up by Tyrone Cobbins.
2 big plays by Cobbins on that series.
Good pass breakup right there by your safety.
Yeah.
Good to see that young man back there in the secondary. He definitely helps.
Yes, sir. And you know, JB, Bulls come out flat here this evening, and rightfully so after the big game last week and getting blowed out, you know, coming over here, Prairiland's who they're supposed to be or whatever. But
Senior night,
but lots of cleaning up to do still.
We got to round into shape.
Yeah.
Get ready for this playoff push right here. Inside handoff to the fullback. He's going to pound his way forward for a gain of close to 3 yards. Well, you know, you said it to me right here. If you look forward in the playoffs, just look at our region, for example, right?
Right.
What are the 4 number 1 seeds?
Could be Newton, Wascom, West Rusk, and Dangerfield.
You know, you can see any one of those 4 teams right there contending for a state championship.
Right.
You know, so, you know,
that's what
just from that outlook from the beginning of the season, you knew it's going to be rough.
Right. Well, we talked about it last year that, you know.
Yeah, that's not even mentioning Elysian Fields, who we lost to.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Harmony.
Oh, yeah.
West Rusk.
There's some other good teams around, too.
Second down for the Bulls. Under 6 minutes left to go. This is going to be a handoff to Tavian on a counter play. Shrugs off a tackle, dragging another defender.
First down, young man.
Tackled at the 35-yard line, showing a little emotion that time from Tavian. He was just close to breaking that one, too.
Yeah.
Under 6 minutes left to go. Pewitt looking to put their stamp on the end at the end of this game right here.
Trying to get a 50-burger ourselves, JB.
Give it to Amari right here. He's going to bust this one. Inside handoff to Bird. I hate to say it, that young man just missed the hole that time right there.
Yes, sir.
Shoe came
and
off.
like we said, the more times he runs that, the better he's going to get. Way better he's going to get at it. Prairiland's got a player down.
Just over 5 minutes left to go in the ball game.
The Boston Jefferson 28-28. Winsboro's beating Commerce pretty good. Pittsburgh beating Spring Hill 42-21.
Green fakes to the fullback, looking for the edge on the left side. Lowers his shoulder. He's got enough for another first down. Oh, they mark him just short of the down marker. Here we go. We're getting the chains moved here. This crew down here is a little slow with it tonight.
Yes, sir.
Brown and Hill are in the backfield. Green's going to take it, play action. Got Aiden Weaver wide open and just out of his reach. That right there, that was the one right there.
Yes, sir.
What do we say? You got to hit one of those wide open play actions?
Yep, once a game.
Once a game. You're going to get one a game right there where it's going to be wide open.
Hey, but the bright side of that is Weaver was moving good going down the field.
That's one way to look at it. If he'd have put just another touch, just a tad more air on it.
Yeah, I'm talking about him from his knee injury earlier.
Yes, sir, I know.
Yeah, moving around a little bit. Art putting it on Harmony now, JB, 31-20.
Maybe a potential playoff matchup there for us.
I was kind of wanting Troop. We play ARP all the time, seemed like. Hadn't in a while, though.
Or Harmony.
Yeah.
Hand off to Tavian. Lowers his shoulder. Drives forward. That play before that, it looked like he had his ankle rolled up. We know he's been battling through that ankle injury.
Yes, sir.
Joey Green's going to have to check into the halfback spot. Mackay brings the play in. Coach Cumro has a word with Amari Johnson real quick. Two receivers split wide. Handed off to Hill. Shrugs off a defender.
Oh.
Barely tripped up.
Hey, nice block up front by number 51, Isaac Hodges.
Young man filling in at the center spot tonight.
Yes, sir. Doing a well of a job, too. Hadn't had no bobbles. Well, I better not jinx this, JB.
I think he had the one where Green had to
Right,
pick it
start
up
the second
earlier.
half, first play of the second half. You're right. I ain't no jinx in. It's already happened.
Under 4 minutes left to go in the ball game. Pewitt leads 44-28. Looking to close this one out right here, Lance.
Yes, sir.
Green and Hill are in the backfield, along with Johnson. It's going to send him in motion. Hand it off to your fullback, Hill. Fights his way forward. He'll be just short of the end zone.
Number 35 for Prairiland's mad at himself for not being able to tackle DeAndre in the hole. Tell that young man there's not many one-on-one people that do tackle DeAndre in the hole.
Tough order.
Yes, sir. You got to score here, don't you, JB?
Got to. Well, as much as I hate to say it, I'd like to see a score in another, but give it to Hill. Touchdown, DeAndre Hill. Touchdown, Paul Pewitt. And like you say, what, 10 minutes ago, 12 minutes ago?
It was way tighter than tight over on the visitor sideline.
We were asking ourselves a question, right? I mean, we've never lost to Prairiland, have we?
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of. We got the tee out there. We're going to have the extra point
I think we're going
attempt.
to attempt the extra point, JB.
All right, so with that score right there, there's your 50 burger.
We're going to get the delay is what we're going to get.
Snap is back. Kick is up. And
made
just
it.
gets it off. Is that Hodges on the extra point?
Yeah.
51-28. We got that one off with 0 on the clock, didn't we?
Yeah,
Snapped it right at the
0 plus a tick, I think. Well, JB, we can breathe a little bit now.
We can breathe a little bit.
So forever it'll be looking good headed towards the house.
Under 3 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Looks like everything's well within hand now. So here we go, Green set to kick it off for the Bulls once again. Pooch kick's going to be fielded right at the 25-yard line. He catches it on a run. Gives a little shimmy shake, makes a defender miss.
25
right
right
at the 34-yard line.
Maybe get some number twos out there now.
We're getting subs in. Morrison hands it off to his
I'm
fullback.
telling you, Mr. McGee is taking over up front.
I think
here.
Jody McGee said, look here, I'll just take care of that fullback here in the second half.
Yeah. He sure has. After that first drive they had where they tied it up, he's controlled the line.
Twins receivers down here to the bottom of the screen. Morrison drops back. He's going to throw it over there to the flats. Completed. Turns upfield. Eventually be tackled. Chris Michael on the catch.
First down yardage. No quitting this Patriots team.
Coulter goes in motion. They're going to hand it off to the fullback, Watts. Fights his way forward and he'll have a good gain of 5 yards or so. Under 2 minutes left to go in the ball game.
I got a good matchup going on in the trenches, JB. This see what happens here, and I'll tell you.
We got
about it.
Nix and McGee in there. I like the look of this. Morrison, play action. Looks over the middle of the field. This one's going to be dropped. Had a man open and put it on him.
Right.
Two receivers split wide. Fake the pitch. Looks to set up the screen. This is going to be well defended. That Hodges on that tackle.
Could look like from his linebacker spot. Yes, sir.
Running back was right there behind him when he completed it. What you got in the area for us, Lance?
West Russ ended up running pretty good.
Wascom big over Elysian Fields.
Next one.
Pittsburgh still winning. Mount Vernon winning 37-14.
DCAV's winning 34-6.
You know, if you look deep into the top contenders for the state, you got Gunner, of course, right? Gunner's got 77 on Lone Oak.
Put a 70 burger on him, he said.
70. 77.
77. 4th and 5, JB.
Trick play. The DCAB Chisholm game went by fast, didn't it?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. 4th down for the Patriots. Morrison's going to keep it coming down the line. Looks to pitch it late and does. He's going to be just short of the first down marker right there. It's going to be turnover on downs. Defended decently right there. We may have a Pewitt player shaking up. You know, they've got 7 and 5 over there as their slot backs, right?
Yeah.
They put one of those kids at quarterback and run that option.
Wow.
You
What
know,
is their fullback? What grade's he, JB?
he's a senior, I believe. Yep, Watts.
Quarterback's
is
a senior.
Quarterback's a senior.
Yeah.
5 and 7 are sophomores and juniors. So here we go with just over a minute left to go in the ball game. We're going to get victory formation.
Sweetest of all, JB.
Woo, my, ups and downs.
Yes, sir. Running one on late.
Green takes a snap, and he's going to take a knee. Well, this one's pretty much in hand right here. What are we looking forward to here, Lance? We got one more week of regular season football.
Yes, sir. Need to clean some things up.
We're going to have the last home game of the season versus the mighty Redwater Dragons.
Yes, sir.
Now, if there's something to look forward to, Redwater did beat Prairiland.
Yes, sir.
Or excuse me, Prairiland beat Redwater, right?
Redwater beat Prairiland, didn't it?
Man, we've got so many scores going on here.
Either way.
Either way.
Either way.
Got to finish it out strong.
Yes, sir. Gotta have a good, crisp, clean game next week somehow. You know?
Just need to, like you say, take care of business early in the game, and you take the wind out of their sails.
Right.
You know, if you'd have had a 3-score lead, you know, in the first half, second half, they wouldn't have had much life left to them.
Right.
You know, so that's the question right here. I mean, you've been asking all season is how good is this team going to eventually be? Are we going to be as good as we were last year? A little better, a little worse?
JB, they're running out of time to prove their point, what they're going to be. Still see a lot of bright signs on the squad. play Redwater and try to get everybody healthied up for the next season.
Like you say, try to get your pieces in the right place.
Right.
Maybe next week we see some of those guys come back.
Yeah. You know, we missed Latham tonight. J.D. Smith wasn't out there tonight. He usually playing.
That's right, Latham. You know, Weaver and guys getting banged up.
Cobb is banged up again. That was him that got banged up on his last play over here a while ago.
Yep.
He having a hard time walking.
Yep, got to find a way to finish it.
Got to find a way. Still, though, you know, it was what it was. We come out with the W, and that's what you come down here for, is to get the win.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, I think that's going to do it for us. Sign us off, Lance.
Good night. God bless, and go Bulls.